There will be no butter cow, no fried, all sorts of stuff on a stick. Nope, the Illinois State Fair is canceled this summer. Due to the pandemic, Governor Pritzker made the decision to shut down the fair this year, along with the DuQuoin State Fair in southern Illinois. The State Fair has only ever been canceled during World War II, during the Civil War, and when it was replaced by the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. That was 1893. It's not the only big event getting the boot this summer. Chicago canceled all city-run special events through Labor Day, from Lollapalooza to the Taste of Chicago, even the Air and Water Show. These cancellations can be enough to disappoint anyone. So how do we all cope with a festival-free summer? Joining us via Skype is clinical psychologist Dr. Colleen Sierra from Chicago's Sierra Center for Behavioral Health. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Sally.
It seems like the disappointments just come in one after the other as we learn more things that we're used to. Chicago summer is something we all look forward to. How do we deal with this disappointment?
Absolutely. So it's okay and normal to be disappointed by all of these cancellations. So many of these events are things that we look forward to and attend every single summer. So feel those feelings, cry, talk to a friend, flip through old pictures in your phone or in a photo album of when you were there. Really move through those feelings, because until you do that, you can't get on to the next phase, which is the first part, is having some perspective, right? It's okay to be sad and disappointed about these losses. And at the same time, we can really think of ourselves as heroes. There's going to be an estimated 100,000 people who are going to die of COVID. So we can really do our part. And instead of taking on a victim stance, we can see ourselves as heroes saving lives. So that's one thing, is to get some perspective and change our mentality about it. And the other is to really reflect on, what do we love about these events? If it's Taste of Chicago, maybe we really miss trying new food, and we can do that in a different way in our own backyard. If it's hanging out with friends, that's a reminder that we should be spending time with friends outside in a responsible way. So we can really think about what it is that we love about these things and use this as an opportunity to recreate some of it in our own slightly more isolated lives.
Let's talk more about that perspective that you need right now, because you're right, more than 100,000 people have died from this virus. So you might sound a little bit whiny if you're saying, oh, I don't go to the Air and Water Show, but you say it's important that we get to whine about that and have that moment of grief for that.
It's important to have that moment. It's also important that we don't live in that moment. Yes, feel your feelings, cry, be sad, be disappointed. It is a loss, and it's not as catastrophic of a loss as a life being taken, but it is still a loss. So have a moment, and then move through it and figure out what you can do to really change the way that you're thinking about this, so that instead of feeling like a victim, you feel empowered. You feel like you are making a choice to keep people safe. And that is a really, really cool thing.
You know, it's hard enough for us as adults to deal with the loss of so many things, but like for kids, younger people, they're missing out a lot, and maybe they don't have the perspective. What can we talk about with our kids with this?
Absolutely. And I'm doing this every day with mine. So a similar attitude of, this is so cool that we get to save lives. We can be superheroes right now. We don't have to be Batman or Iron Man or Wonder Woman. We get to be superheroes by saving people's lives, by being responsible, by wearing masks, by staying 6 feet apart, by staying outside. Just by making these small, seemingly trivial choices, we get to be superheroes. And my kids are really, they're digging that. They're excited about that. And so it's a bummer. But again, we find different ways to have fun. And that's a lesson that I think we can all get on board with.
Yeah. So for more information on what Dr. Sierra does, you can head to sierracenter.org. I'm sure a lot of conversations about this, and a summer that it's going to be unlike any other we've had. Dr. Sierra, thanks for taking the time to talk to us about this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It is an important conversation. Right now it is 8:36. Let's bring in meteorologist Mark